We're a couple days late to this. I think this happened before the weekend, but UConn had a bunch of their former players back. Steph Castle, Donovan Clingan were in the building, among others. I think Jordan Hawkins was back in the building. And I believe they ran this as sort of like an open practice, got some media members involved, sort of a first look at UConn basketball. And there are a lot of storylines coming out of this. We had a scrimmage session and we got to see how they split up teams, and we saw a lopsided result, which we'll speak on. But we're also starting to get a sense of some breakout performers that looked great at this practice that could end up being two of the faces of this UConn team this year. So let's get right to the scrimmage stuff first, Cart. We had Team Blue versus Team Gray. Team Gray won the scrimmage portion of this open practice 73 to 36. Car, where I come from, we call that an ass whooping. A 37-point victory against a team that only scored 36 points. They beat them by more than the blue squad scored. This is where it gets interesting because the blue squad, who lost by 37 points here, had Solo Ball and Alex Caravan on it. Two players that most people with normal brains would say are the two best players on UConn this year. Blue started Millender. I don't even know who Millender is. Solo Ball, Jacob Furphy, Alex Caravan, and Eric Ribe with Jacob Ross off the bench. The gray team, who won this scrimmage by 37 points, featured Silas Demery, Braylon Mullins, Jaden Ross, Stu, and Tarris Reed. Dominant performance from the sounds of it, from other accounts who were sort of live tweeting what they saw here or any takeaways in write up for him. Cardis sounds like Tarris Reed just dominated and arguably had his way with the freshman big Eric Ribe. Braylon Mullins also shining in this open practice setting from what I have heard. What does this all mean to you? How surprised are you that it was Mullins and Tarris Reed who got a dominant win over Solo Ball and Alex Caravan?
Uh, I'm I'm not that surprised. Only because I've everything you've been hearing about Mullins this summer has been special, and Terrace also I think is going to take a massive leap in year two with UConn. Pair that with Silas as well. Now, 73 to 36 is crazy. On a team that you said has Solo, Furphy, and Caravan. Right? Is it Ryby? What's the correct? Do you have
People,
the
I've
correct?
heard different versions. People always correct it, whichever one we say. People will be like,
Okay.
no, you're wrong. It's this one. So I don't know.
Got it. I'm taking a stand right now. Eric. Like that's Eric and or Big E moving forward. That's how we shall refer to him. I just think that in a matchup like this, even going player by player, the one thing that Eric I think would struggle with is a player like Tarris, who's shaped like a goddamn silverback gorilla. Gonna be tough to stop that guy. Also a slim silverback gorilla, by the way. Saw the clips of Terrace getting some shots up. I don't know if my dog's been running extra gassers and or tapped into the Ozempic, but looking good, Terrace. There's a reason why when I did a segment yesterday, there was a team that was in my Final Four that hailed from the Big East, and that team was UConn because I think that this team is extremely talented, extremely well coached, and they're also just very balanced. They got the great veteran guys coming back. They got guys willing to take a jump and leap too, and Terrace. You've been hearing about guys like Jalen Stewart as well, and then Mullins is also like it was very cute and fun and like silly having like that Braylon Mullins and Luke Ertl in the Kentucky Indiana All Star game talk, this, that, and the third. F that noise. Braylon Mullins is a killer, and he's going to be a killer for UConn. And he's been a killer all summer from everything I've been reading. Combine that with the guard play that they'll have with that, this team's just going to be nasty.
Yeah, okay. So I agree with all the Terrace Reed buzz. I mean, I last summer I spent the whole summer trying to warn UConn fans that his inconsistencies will hold him back from being anything you need him to be. I think that ultimately held true in year one. I will say, from everything I have seen this summer, I expect a version of Terrace Reed that I've never seen before at UConn. And it's probably the version that UConn fans expected to get last year. But I think he's going to be a force. And if he's dominating Big E, as you call him, a guy that I'm extremely high on, I loved what I saw from him at the FIBA event this summer. He's It's going to be a force. I don't think there's many centers in the country that could just make Eric look that bad in a setting like this. So, there's also clips coming out now of Tarris Reed hitting threes. He's shooting from the perimeter and making everything. He has totally reshaped his body. Dan Hurley said that they measured him at 6'10", 268. He looks like he could weigh 220. He moves better than most guards laterally. His movement has always been special. His ability to move at his size has always been why Tarris is such an intriguing player. It's everything between the ears that will be the key to locking down special individual stuff this year, and ultimately be the key to UConn's season. But by the sounds of it right now, Hurley is planning on leaning on him in that way. And I think Dion joked about this, but he was the captain of the softball game this year. Did you see that?
He was.
Card a year ago, Dan Hurley was saying we can't even trust him to play first base in the softball game. Now he's a captain in the softball game. So I don't know what that means, but we'll see. I mentioned the squads for this, and it is genuinely surprising to me that it would be Solo Ball and Caravan's team that lost in this scrimmage. But this is what I would say. The biggest positional discrepancy in the way they split up the teams for this by far was Silas Demery versus Alec Millender, who, by the way, I looked him up. That's the kid from IU Indy that transferred. 6'2",
Mm,
like end of bench guard that shouldn't ever play. But to
mm.
be clear, as good as Solo Ball and Alex Caravan are, Cart, there's not like a huge difference between Solo Ball and Braylon Mullins in terms of caliber, right? Like
Mm.
the
Yeah.
UConn's very deep on the wing. So when you split this up and you have the center who's clearly the best center on the team right now against Big E, and then you have the star point guard. Again, I don't know where Malachi Smith was. Apparently not in the scrimmage, but like if it's Demery versus Millender, yeah, Demery's team should win comfortably. And I'm kind of hoping that's what happened here because Demery's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. And once again, I feel like at this point, I know it's like the checkers playing chess thing. I'm not sure like what the next board game is. Like everyone else is playing checkers and chess. My dog Hurley's playing Catan. Is that a game?
That is a game. Do you know that?
What?
Catan. Like, are
Yeah,
you
it's
a
a board
Catan
game,
guy?
right?
Do you play Catan?
No, but one time I was supposed to go get a beer with DK, and he's like, I got roped into a Catan night.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. I remember that.
Okay, yeah. So with that said, Hurley's playing Catan because he was on Solo Ball's ass, he was on Furphy's ass, he was on Caravan, Eric, all those guys. Millender was fine, by the way. He went home. But everybody else got their ass chewed out for getting beat like that.
Probably, I would assume. Yeah, if he's playing Catan this year, last year he was playing Risk because that's what it was to go into a season with Samson Johnson as your starting five. But,
Right.
uh, anyways, I digress. Here we are. If you are Solo Ball and Alex Caravan, I could see two ways you react to this. Knowing Alex Caravan, we talked to him in the draft show. That dude's a competitor, so
Mhm.
like he probably reacted path number one, which is F this man, shit. But path two is, oh, hell yeah, we got a team this year. Because
Mhm.
last year you were asking us to win games with nothing around us. And this year you're asking us to win games with Demery, who's new, Tarris, who looks new, and Braylon Mullins, who, respectfully to whatever we had in between us last year, is better than the ones we had last year. So, which is their reaction, you think?
Probably the one is like, hell yeah, we're gonna be nice again. That 9 seed nonsense was garbaggio. 8-9, yucky. No, thank you, no more. Getting ran out the Big East by Rick, no, thank you, not that anymore. UConn's back. Whatever back might be, they're back though.
I think it would be easy to compartmentalize that if I'm them too. Like, damn, we got embarrassed in a scrimmage with reporters there. Shit. But we're going to be so nice.
You think Solo Ball slid in the Dusty Mays DMs?
No,
Oh.
no.